tonight's fourth quarter-final, the up and away aerial conflict to the dogfight. The up-and-atom bungee action of swing shots, the downright rip-roaring whiplash, and the down-to-the-wire quick climbing on the wall. But before the battling, it's the chattering. Please welcome your hosts, Jeremy Guscott and Ulrika Johnson.
Good evening and welcome to the National Indoor Arena here in Birmingham and to the last of our quarter-finals.
Let me tell you about this year's prizes. The winners of Gladiators 1998 will each receive £1,000, plus they will both drive off in one of these fantastic four-wheel drive trucks. The runners-up will also receive £1,000, plus we'll fly them off to the Atlantis Resort on Paradise Island in the Bahamas.
So let's meet tonight's quarter-finalists. They are Margot Macmillan
and Jane Smith.
So Margot, just remind everyone at home where you're from and what you do.
I'm from Stirling in Scotland.
Have all these people come back down yet again?
Yes, once more they've came down again. Hopefully it's a couple more times to come down.
Yeah, hopefully after tonight. They're up for it, certainly. Now, last time, of course, when you were doing your heats, you didn't realise it, but you were actually quite poorly.
Yeah, I had a bit of a chest infection, but I've cleared it now and I'm quite happy to just go for it this time.
I need to have a little cough, just to check. So, you gave us 100% last time, although you were feeling quite poorly, so what are you going to give us tonight?
110%.
Absolutely, that's what we like to hear. Let's hear it for Margot Macmillan!
Jane, can you just remind us what you do and where you come from?
I'm from Sheffield. I'm a full-time athlete. I also teach trampolining, diving, aerobics, gymnastics, keeping me busy.
And the list goes on and on and on. You're a competition springboard diver.
Yeah.
How does that competition work? Do you have like 10 dives or...?
Yeah, it depends upon the competition. Marked out of 10, times by the degree of difficulty as well. It's all technical.
So you're looking for perfection as well?
Absolutely.
How do you change your mind in terms of your in diving competition and now you're here in this kind of Gladiators competition?
I always strive for perfection. I always try to do my best. You know, it's just exactly the same here. You always want to win and it's exactly the same. It's no different. Drive to win, so keep going.
Well, we'll see if you win tonight. Let's give it up for Jane Smith.
Now it's time to meet the guys tonight. They are Micah Hudson
And Alex Reed.
Exciting to have you back because not only are you the local lad, so to speak, but you're our aerobics champion as well, aren't you?
I'm the aerobics champion, or I was the aerobics champion of Great Britain for 4 years.
That's fantastic. And also, of course, you've got your martial arts that come in there.
Yeah, I've sort of combined the two together and made quite a unique style of my own.
And a fantastic impact on Gladiators, I have to say. How does it feel to come back into the quarters?
Fantastic.
Well, let's hope you go all the way. Let's hear it for Micah Hudson.
Alex, just remind us what you do and where you're from.
I'm from Aldershot and I'm a martial arts instructor.
Squaddy hands. I don't think there's any squaddies in tonight. So you're into a bit of martial arts. You had any time to tune up since we last saw you?
Well, yeah, I went to squad training actually, which wasn't very good because you always all that fighting, all that throwing around, very dangerous.
Have you got enough energy for tonight's programme?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I went out dancing last night. Got to keep yourself trim.
Well, let's hope the dancing doesn't affect your performance. Let's give it up for Alex Reed.
We've met the girls, we've met the guys. Now let the last quarter-final begin.
Our first female contender is Margot. And she's facing Rio. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Amico ready!
but one of them is coming down in the next 30 seconds. 2 direct strikes to your opponent's chest plate, and they're ejected from their airship. Margot will score 5 for her first hit on Rio, 10 for her second. Those high-tech combat clubs jostling and jousting. First strike to Margot, 5 points. Rio needs to up her game or she's going down, and Margot's got her! 10-point win as the Gladiator crashes to the sheer delight of boyfriend Scott and daughter Jensen. Margot with just the range and speed to deliver relentless knockdown blows to Rio's chest plate. Rio takes many and several big uns, and then she spark out.
Margot, you've got 10 points.
I can't believe it, but never mind, it was a good start, so hope it keeps going good like that.
Did you think you stood a chance against Rio with her size and her strength?
I had a bit of an experience in jail with Rio, but she wasn't aiming for my head this time, so it wasn't so bad.
Not at all bad at all. You've got 10 points. Let's hear it for Rio and Margot. Our second female contender is Jane. And she's up against Fox. Over to John Anderson.
Never mind, over to John Anderson. Let's see some stats. Sheffield's Jane, 64 kilos, which used to be 10 stones, battling against Fox, who happens to be 67 kilos, otherwise known as 10 stone 8. 8 pounds of extra power to be wielded by the Gladiator. Here they go, and Jane fending off the Fox. Jane's never been in a competition dogfight before now. Oh, but you wouldn't think it. Gets one in on Fox. Mum, Dad and boyfriend Andy celebrate as Fox gets one back. Whoever sustains the second hit is out of there. Jane leaving her chest exposed, so to speak. Fox taking advantage of that poor defensive work. It's blow for blow, and surely one of them must go. Oh, Fox with a smack to the chops, a slap to the chest plate, and Jane's ejected. The Fox fixes her with 5 seconds to go, and from Fox's point of view, relentless punishment around the target area. Then finally one finds the sweet spot. First Jane's there, and suddenly she's not.
So unlucky. I mean, what a slog that was.
Absolutely. It got tiring towards the end. Just kept trying to push her, and luckily she got there first.
Well, it's certainly not all doom and gloom. You still score 5 points.
One event gone in the ladies' competition, 10-5 to Margot. Next, it's the men.
Our first male contender is Micah. And he's facing a big bad wolf. Over to John Anderson.
As the airships rise for the ensuing battle, Micah's wife Ellen and his friend Johan getting into the swing of it. They'll have each other's eyes out like that, you know. Told you. The battle lines have been drawn. Here they come for the first engagement. Wolf on the left, Micah on the right. Micah's first dogfight of the season within range, and the onslaught begins. Close quarter combat. The pom-poms are shaking nicely, and Micah's taken one. Explosive start from Wolf. Micah with 1 life gone and 1 to go. And Micah force-feeding Wolf some combat glove.
That's a warning.
The referee rebuking Wolf for club hogging. Wolf takes a direct hit. Wolf on borrowed time as well now, and Micah 5 points to the good. Combat clubs are locked up. Wolf with some clean strikes. Micah trying to get back. Oh, but Wolf's determined to dominate, and Micah's blown away. Disaster for Micah. Micah's sister unimpressed with Wolf's puppet impression.
Tell Micah's stick and he shouldn't be penalised. Micah should get multiple points, definitely.
Ooh, wouldn't like to cross Micah's missus.
For a few seconds there, I thought you were going to take the wolf out.
I thought I had him. He kept defending well, so I'll give him that one.
He did!
He did score 5 points, but that's not too bad. The wolf, it's unusual really, isn't it, for John Anderson to have to give you a warning.
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, I never cheat.
You never cheat.
No. Heaven forbid the thought.
I don't think they believe you, mate.
Hey, man, I was just good.
Very good. Good enough to beat Micah. Let's give it up for Wolf and Micah.
In the confines of the area, Micah wiped Wolf's snout with his club, and it could be construed that Wolf couldn't force it away. I'll leave it up to you to decide.
Our second male contender is Alex. And he's up against Rhino. Over to John Anderson.
Contender!
And as the referee goes through all his contender-ready stuff for the umpteenth time, let's have a look at Alex's facts and figures. Martial artist from Aldershot weighs 83 kilos, that's 13 stones. Rhino, on the other hand, is a good bit shorter, but at 108 kilos is 4 stones heavier than Alex. Head on for the aerial battle, the diabolical dirigibles. Rhino piloting the red airship, Alex the blue, the clubs are poised, and the fight is on. Pump action in the air. On the ground. And Rhino holding Alex in check, almost fencing with those heavy clubs. Rhino and Alex parrying with one another's blows. Halfway through the contest, Alex's dad Bob doing something with his arms, I'm not sure what. And the pace is hotting up. Rhino finding some gaps to try and score. But Alex can't claim any points for going the distance. But it was an extreme tactical battle up there. Alex's mum, Carol, pleased with that performance. It was all a superb example of move and counter-move, all perfectly executed 50 feet above the arena floor. After that opening event, Micah's on 5, Alex still to score.
On now with our next event. And standing at the foot of the wall, it's Margot. She's going to be pursued by Falcon. Also getting ready to climb, it's Jane. She's going to be chased by Boom.
Margot currently leading by 5 points. Here's what she has to say about Jane.
I don't really know Jane very well, but I know she's got to the same stage as I've got to. She knocked out one of the Scottish girls in the first round, and she ain't knocking me out. That's 2 Scottish girls, no way.
So it's first up, Hadrian's Wall. 10 for the first up, 5 for the second. Margot in pink, Jane in yellow. And Margot's fans in very silly Charlie Chuckwigs. Here come the Glads, 7 seconds head start because it is a quarter-final. Falcon chasing Margot, Vogue against Jane. And Falcon making good progress on Margot, Vogue flagging against Jane. Jane's entire family rising to the occasion. Things look precarious for Margot, but decidedly easy for Jane, almost leisurely. Falcon has Margot, but look at this. Jane has 10 points, Vogue not even in the picture. Falcon gets her girl, come fly with me.
Brilliant! I like that game a lot. You know, I just kept pushing all the way. I could see she was below me, but I just managed to get to the top first.
She got nowhere near. I mean, you just flew up there.
Yeah, I just kept pushing and pushing. I lost a few of my hands. I was a bit slow at the start, but I picked it up on the end, definitely.
Certainly did. Let's give it up for Jane.
You climbed with great confidence until you got, well, 7/8 to the top, and then it seemed as if you were running out of hand grips and one thing and another.
They need to put a couple more up there for short people. I just can't. Up 3/4 way, I'm fine, and I just can't seem to get to the next handhold. I just tried my best and jumped for it, but...
Absolutely, and that's where you came in straight there. You didn't mess around at all.
That's right. I saw her go over the overhang. I saw her foot, and I just thought, she'll make a grab for it now. And I saw her hesitate, because obviously there's not enough handholds there, especially for a little girl like this. And just took advantage of that.
Absolutely, and that's your job. Let's hear it for Falcon, Margot, and Vogue.
Margot stays on 10 points. Jane moves up to 15 after 2 events.
So we now move into the men's event with Micah. He's being chased by the Wolfman. Also standing at the foot of the wall, it's Alex. He's going to be pursued by Ace.
Micah Hudson about to face the wall. Here's what he thinks about it.
I'm quite confident on the wall. I'm hoping that that I'm going to get up to the top. That's my main ambition. So, fingers crossed.
Oh, Micah's misses can hardly bear to look. The climb is on. Alex in blue has experienced the wall before, scored 5 against Saracen. Ellen still can't watch. Little wonder, because the Glads are released. Ace against Alex, and it couldn't be more easy for Ace. Atrocious climb from Alex. Wolf is chasing Micah, determined to make amends for conceding 5 in the first event, but Micah's fans reckon his efforts will be in vain. Oh, Micah looming large at the summit with not a sniff of the Wolfman. Micah wins it, 10 points for the Birmingham-based aerobics champ.
It's a big roar. You're happy with that performance, Micah?
Very happy indeed. Had problems with the wall in practice, but I think I made that look quite silly then, I think.
You didn't hear the Wolfman growling below, did you?
I could smell him, but I couldn't hear him.
You couldn't smell it. The good news for you, Micah, is that you score 10 points.
Well, he really showed you up, didn't he?
No excuses. Give credit where it's due. That guy was fast.
I better believe it. And Alex, your climb was nothing short of a disaster, was it?
Bolt. Well, it ain't over till the fat lady sings.
And I'm not singing yet, eh? Easy climb for you because you didn't really get off the floor, did you?
No, I heard that he was a good climber, so I prepared my route and I was ready for it. But literally, I didn't have to touch the wall.
Oh, well, never mind. Let's hear it for Wolf, Ace, and Alex.
With 2 events under their belts, Micah has 15, Alex still not off the mark.
So that's 2 events out of the way, but there's plenty more waiting just around the corner. So join us after the break for more action here on Gladiators.
The Gladiators!
Welcome back to the home of Gladiators, where we're ready to swing into action with our next event. First female contender is Margot. And she's facing Rebel. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Gladiator ready! Set the pendulum! Three, 2, 1.
60 seconds of aerial cat and mouse. 2 points for every lit panel that's touched. And Rebel moving to meet her. Margot decides to go the other way. Oh, and Rebel gives away 2 points by bashing the panel with her knee. Rebel's after Margot's pink pennant, and it won't be long. 2 more points for Margot, but Rebel's got her. Her sister Helen disappointed with that fast finishing from Rebel. 17 seconds to get the job done. Margot desperately shuffles right, just manages to fire up the section before Rebel snatches the flag. Time for the technical talk.
Margot, come here, my darling. Rebel was on you fairly quickly there, wasn't she?
I didn't even see her coming, kind of thing, but I think I managed to get one light on, but never mind.
The good news for you is that you hit 1 light, which was 2 points, and Rebel hit another one, which is another 2, so you score 4 points! Rebel, a bit unlucky with tapping one of their scoring lights.
Yeah, I was trying to get to her as quickly as possible before she got to the scoring point, because I like to make my life as easy as possible, but I like staying up there for too long. But, you know, I had a little bit of a stumble, but all due respect to her, she was really quick, and she got there, so...
Well, you still did a great job. Let's give it up for Rebel and Margot. Our second female contender is Jane. And she's facing Falcon.
Jane with an air of confidence, and no wonder.
Again, I'm looking forward to Pendulum. Hopefully I'm going to score the 10 points, get the one at the bottom, which is what I was looking for in the last round.
3, 2, 1.
As she said, Jane scored 6 on the pendulum last time, fires up 2 points immediately. Whatever it is her Aunt Peggy's waving, she's waving it frantically. Falcon is coming round the mountain the other way. Jane spotted her and the speed trial is on. Falcon incredibly quick, avoids conceding 2 points on that section. Jane passes over the panel she's already lit as Falcon closes in. 2 more points coming up, but Jane's hope of heading for the 4-point South Pole sector looked dashed. Falcon looming large above her. Falcon won't prevent another 2 points being flashed, but gets it done. Good, solid work from Falcon. Well, in the end, Jane just manages to trigger the points as Falcon leans down to finish it once and for all. Jane descends for more analysis.
There they come, Jane. I think you got 2 points fairly quickly, and then the chase was on, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, I went for the same tactic I did last time. Unfortunately, she went the other way. Saw her coming, so I had to sprint around the other side. Got the top 6, but she was too quick for me. Got my flag.
Well, still a good result, Jane. You score 6 points.
Dad and boyfriend happy enough with that, with 3 events done and dusted. Margot's on 14, Jane 21.
Our first male contender is Micah. And he's up against Hunter. Over to John Anderson.
He'll fire it at anyone. Meanwhile, Micah figuring out a plan of campaign. The local lad weighs in at 73 kilos, which, as you know by now, is 11 stone 7. Hunter, by contrast, seems to be 103 kilos, which means he's 4.5 stones heavier. Micah's mum, Zarita, conducting herself superbly.
3, 2, 1.
On his last pendulum swing, Micah scored 6 against the Hunter, and he's already scored 2 this time out. Micah's folks are thrilled with that. Micah going downstairs where the big points are. No sign of Hunter yet. Oh, hello. Here he comes. Micah gearing up, or rather down, to kick home that 4-point sector. Oh, and Hunter moves in and takes him. Did Micah get the point in time? Johan looking puzzled, not for the first time tonight. From another angle, we can see clearly the panel flashing before Hunter reaches down to take the flag from Micah's back. 6 points to Micah.
Micah, Hunter, I mean, he didn't give you much breathing space there, did he?
No, I knew where he was. I just needed to get what I wanted.
And what were you after?
I wanted 2 points on the top and 4 underneath.
Well, you certainly got that, so you got to be happy with your 6 points.
Thank you very much.
There you are. All is made clear to Johan now.
It's quick, but I knew he was there.
Our second male contender is Alex. And he's facing the one and only Saracen.
There's the biggest smile on the screen, the sensational Saracen. If Alex looks perplexed, he's thinking about Micah.
Micah's a very interesting opponent. Very, very fit, not an ounce of body fat. He's ripped to the bone, muscles everywhere, an aerobics champion. He's also an old martial artist. He's competed on many of the same circuits I've competed on. It's going to be interesting because I'm going to treat this more like a fight. 2 fighters coming together, psyching each other out. But I'm still fighting. He hasn't fought for a long time, so I feel I've got the advantage.
Last time out, Alex scored 2 against Hunter. Needs to better that here. Scores 2 with Sarah clearly going the wrong way. Alex hedging his bets, tentatively coming up on another 2-point panel. Oh, 4 points in the pot, and here comes Saracen. Incredible speed and agility. Alex scurrying for cover, but he's a goner. Sarah forces him from the pendulum. He's so fast for such a big fella. The Gladiator veteran knows every trick in the book to keep a contender, and he scored down.
Hey, Hanson, come on down here. What was your plan on the pendulum, Alex?
To go like a bat out of hell.
Bat out of hell? In which direction?
Around and then under.
Did it go to plan?
It did, except I thought he was going around the other way because I couldn't see him. Whoa, bumped into him.
Well, it's not too bad. Even though you bumped into him, you still managed 4 points. Sarah, you got there in the end, mate.
I did actually go around the other way, and I didn't see him, so I doubled back on myself. There he was. I think he panicked slightly, which was to my advantage. He missed his hand grips and he fell off. So I would have caught him anyway.
You are the one and only. Let's give it up for Sarah and Alex.
3 down, 2 to go. Micah on 21, Alex on 4. Next up.
Getting ready to swing, it's Margot. Also getting ready to jump, it's Jane. And they're facing Vogue and Rebel. Let's go. Over to John Anderson.
Contenders ready! Gladiators ready! 3, 2, 1.
Neither contender has swung before in competition. Margot in pink's there first. Jane joins her. The ball's rained down, and Margot and Jane are all tied up. The guys will have to sort that mess out. Here comes Jane for another pop. Jane stretches for a yellow and opens her swing shot account with 1 point. Margot back for a second jump. Oh, way short. Jane again picks a blue, but drops it on the return journey. Jane's turnaround much faster than Margot's. Down and up to it. Snaffles another yellow. 2 in the pot for Jane. As Margot picks her first yellow. Jane with a free swing, just couldn't stretch for that blue. Scores low, but that's nothing to do with the Gladiators. Finally, Rebel gets her game going and nudges Margot away. Jane again. Misses the blue. Both way out of it again. Jane allows the points to drop. Margot again. Superb jump. Just misses a blue. Jane next. Oh, takes one, but she'll be out of time. The hooter beats her to the basket. Great efforts from both girls, but the Glads lackluster. Jane with an all but free jump to collect her first swing shot point, immediately followed by Margot, equally unimpeded.
So at the end of swing shot, Margot picked up 1 point. And Jane picked up 2 points.
Jane clearly disappointed, but she'll be happy enough with her lead. Margot has 15, Jane 23. Next up.
To our next event. Our first male contender is Micah. And he's facing Ace. Over to John Anderson.
Lock in.
Whiplash is all about the contender hauling the Gladiator from the ring by the way of that dog bone to score 10. Ace a demon with the old dog bone, but Micah's got proven strength and agility.
Take the straight. Contender ready! Gladiator ready!
Ace will try to root himself to the center blob, while Micah spends 30 seconds trying to figure out how to shift an immovable object. Micah's never performed in the Whiplash circle before and beginning to wish he'd kept it that way. And Micah busy going nowhere. We can assume that's an instruction to Ace rather than Micah, otherwise we wouldn't have a game. Micah, relentless, very high work rate, carrying on, but there's no way that he's going to get anything from this except a very sore arm. Time's up. Ace does his job with consummate skill. Micah scores full marks for effort, but no points to speak of.
Certainly a face of determination, but he's a big lump to move, isn't he?
He is a big lump. Don't mean that literally. No, it was a good match, but I couldn't shift him. I need an extra stone, I think, on one arm.
You're not too dizzy, I seem to be going round and round a bit.
I tried every tactic, but I couldn't get him.
Ace, you weren't leaving the circle, were you?
I've got to give him 10 out of 10 for his dizziness tactic. I was just spinning around in a circle at one point, and I nearly lost my foot, and it nearly worked.
Well, it certainly didn't confuse you. Let's give it up for Ace and Micah.
Micah, tremendous, unassuming character. No wonder he's got such support.
Our second male contender is Alex. And he's facing Hunter.
Lock in.
John Anderson warned Ace not to pull. It used to be a Gladiator tactic to try and rip the bone from the contender's hand to get the job done. Now it's a practice frowned upon by the Gladiator's ruling body, whoever she is.
Contender ready! Gladiator ready!
Oh, Alex gets straight to work, but the ref's blown up.
That's your first warning. Do not pull. Arm extended, and they're going to try and pull you out. You don't pull them. You resist.
Hunter gets his knuckles wrapped, told to resist and not pull. I've seen him outside work hours, and he certainly can't resist pulling then.
27 seconds remaining.
Here we go again. A reminder, there's 10 points to be claimed if Alex heaves Hunter from the ring. Alex shoulder barging Hunter. Ref steaming in again this time to chastise Alex.
You're not allowed to tackle him. Well, once you run into him, he's not that difficult to see, so next time, avoid him. Take the straight. There are 20 seconds remaining.
Well, let's see how far we get this time without the whistle being blown for an infringement. This is Alex's debut in the Whiplash ring, and he'll need to work hard to shift the Hunter from that centre spot. Hunter gritting his teeth with grim determination. Alex trying everything he can think of, but Hunter has the whip hand in Whiplash. Time is running out, but Hunter's going nowhere. Good work from him. Only a 30-second game, but it seemed a good deal longer with all those infringements. Here's Jeremy.
Alex, I was just a little bit confused about your tactics there. Can you talk me through them?
I've been training this game quite a lot in my martial arts gym. Trying to get his body weight as low to his feet as possible, get him off balance, and then drag him off. But he's got some serious strength there.
Did it work in training?
Every time.
Well, it didn't work tonight, sorry about that. Hunter, were you a bit bemused by Alex's tactics there?
Yeah, he's been winking at me backstage, so I was a tad worried when he started getting a bit close to me there.
He's a handsome chap.
No, but anyway, moving on. He was very good, yeah, I could feel the strain as he was pulling me. He's a strong contender. It's a very difficult game for us. There was a lot of stopping and starting there because we're not supposed to bend the arm, but it's very difficult. It's an aggressive game. He took it to me. I managed to come through in the end.
Good matchup. Let's hear it for Hunter and Alex.
And Hunter should know all about that. After 4 events, the scores stay the same. Micah on 21, Alex on 4. And next.
First up, it's Margot. She's facing Siren.
Well, let's see how they measure up before they square up. Siren scales 70 kilos, which is all of 11 stones, while Stirlingshire's Margot is 59 kilos, which is the same as 9 stones, 4 pounds. That's Margot's little daughter, Jensen. And that's little Jensen's mummy, Margot, who's just about to get a serious walloping from Siren. It's jocks away. Margot scored 5 against Rio in her last duel, but can she cope with a scary Celtic Siren? She'll score 5 if she stays the distance, but few do against this Gladiator. In fairness, Margot taking some solid stuff from Siren, and she's soaking it up well. Margot hasn't got the power to knock Siren off, but she's durable enough to take everything that's been thrown at her. Less than 10 seconds, Siren can't break down this robust performance from Margot Macmillan. 5 points well earned, but that hooter will be a blessed relief for Margot and me. Jensen almost lost for words, but her mummy did her proud.
Well, Margot, I have to say, for such a wee one, you put up one heck of a fight.
None of them were getting me off that. I've made my mind up. I'm up there, and I'm up there for 30 seconds.
And you stuck to it, and you picked up 5 points as we go into the Eliminator. Very valuable point.
Yeah, just go for the Eliminator and hope for the best.
Absolutely, and the very best of luck to you. And it really was Scotland against Scotland up there, but I have to say, I bet you did not expect a bigger fight like that on your hands.
Well, actually, I did, because in the heat she went up against Rio and she stayed on, so I knew I would have my work cut out for me. And it's us little Scottish tigers, that's what it is. She did great, really well.
She certainly did. Let's hear it for Siren, and well done, Margot. Next up on duel, it's Jane. And she's facing Fox. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! There you go! Ready! On top!
Are they wigs, or have they stuck their heads in a couple of giant blackberries? Jane, another durable duelist, if her past record is anything to go by. Last time she wielded a feudal stick in anger, she scored 5 against Bode. Fox is a tougher customer, but Jane needs to score to maintain her lead against Margot. Fox letting rip with some big ones, but Jane just takes it. Eat that! And Jane won't be rocked by the best that Fox can throw at her. Oh, Fox in trouble. Jane can't finish it. Oh, and Fox unloads again. Neither girl with the finishing power required. Very good performance from Jane. Took a licking, but kept on sticking. Fox trying for a big finish, but can't get it started. 5 points to Jane. Brother Andrew with the rattle, Marie on her feet, and so was Jane throughout. Even had Fox worried for a moment before Fox unloaded another roundhouse.
Well, Jane, I have to say, that was an absolutely terrific fight. You looked as if you unsettled Fox on quite a few occasions, and you managed to maintain your composure because you almost fell off as well.
Absolutely. I thought I had her at one bit. I kept pushing, but she wasn't going to budge. I thought I lost it one bit, but I managed to get my balance back. Just kept going, managed to stay on, luckily.
Absolutely, and pick up those valuable 5 points. And Fox, although you did look unsettled on a few occasions, I've never seen blows like that. Who have you been practicing with?
Oh, I've been doing a lot of boxing training with my boyfriend, so I've taken a few blows to the head, so I'm used to it, but I wasn't going to come off there for nothing. She was really good, she stayed on there, she took a few hard blows, so fair play, she's a very strong girl.
Absolutely, and so are you. Let's hear it for Fox, and well done, Jane.
As Jane and the Fox trot back to the locker room, here's the score after 5 events. Margot 20, Jane 28.
So we now move into the men's event with Micah. And tonight, he's facing Diesel.
If you want some Gladiator stats, Diesel do. 105 kilos in weight, which, as everybody knows, converts to 16 stones and 7 pounds. So, by my reckoning, Micah finds himself almost 5 stones lighter. The lull before the storm. Micah was felled from the neutral platform at the hand of Hunter last time out. Diesel looking uncertain and Micah struggling with his balance. Diesel needs to get a grip of this situation or Micah's going to steal it. To use the technical term, Micah whopping in some big uns. Micah's in trouble, bent double, cops a monster from behind. Somehow keeps his balance. Oh, and Diesel's gone. Overcooks it and hands Micah 10 points on a plate. Diesel's wondering how that happened, so let's see it again. Micah unloads. Diesel retaliates, smashes home a big right. Micah's nearly gone, defies gravity somehow, but Diesel's committed, and the inevitable occurs.
Micah, I saw you clock Diesel as you got onto the platform, looking him up and down and thinking, wow, I've got to face that. How can a comparatively little fella like you unsettle a big chap like that?
I had to redeem myself. The Hunter took me out in 3 seconds. I had to hang on in there and I was determined to hold it. He's a big guy, but I thought if I could chip away at his kneecaps, I'd be better off.
And I tell you, his kneecaps are virtually up to your armpits. I mean, this was just an incredible fight because I'm not sure if you were expecting that, were you?
No, definitely not. He's a really strong guy. He did really well. I mean, there's not to take my hat off to him. He did really well. I'm very proud, man. He did well.
Well done, 10 points. Well done, Micah, and well done to Diesel too. Next up, it's Alex. And he's facing Cobra. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! There you go!
Still mugging to the crowd, but no mug when it comes to his stats. The sneaky snake weighs 92 kilos, 14 stone 7, which I figure makes him 21 pounds heavier than Alex. Let's not forget that Alex is a martial artist, so this is right up his street. Oh, fancy footwork from Cobra. Alex steps across and Cobra scoots him away less than 4 seconds. Oh, Snake Hips has done it again. Alex can see the funny side, knows his enthusiasm was his downfall that time. Oh, talk about splitting the difference.
Shame, shame, shame. We were desperately wanting some points, weren't we? As we were heading into the Eliminator, and you didn't manage it.
He's got some slide tactics, Cobra. He's making me laugh up there. Too friendly.
Maybe that's his tactic and one and only tactic because, well, I wasn't expecting that. I thought he might knock you out.
Oh, thank you very much. You know, it's just another day at the office. Actually, a lot of these guys, they, when they toss the coin to choose who they're going to get, they're happy when they get me, but I've very, very rarely lost this over the last 7 years, because I'm not bad, you know, I do a bit of the old ducking and diving and giving the old one call, you know what I mean,
You're a little bit of a wide ball. Let's hear it for Cobra and Alex.
If anyone's got any idea who that impression was meant to be of, don't write to us. Cobra enticed Alex across. Alex fell for it and paid the price by taking a backhander. He who laughs last gets to spin the stick. After 5 events, Micah's on 31, Alex on 4.
Picking up any points. Their only chance now of winning is through the Eliminator. Join us after the break here on Gladiators.
The Gladiators! The Gladiators!
Welcome back to the National Indoor Arena here in Birmingham, where it's Eliminator time. Now, in the women's event, Margot's on 20 points, Jane's on 28 points. That's an 8-point difference, giving Jane a 4-second head start. Over to Jeremy.
Jane, you've worked very hard for that 4-second lead. You've really got to make that count now on the Eliminator, haven't you?
Absolutely. I mean, you're losing 1 second and she's catching up all the time. You just got to keep pushing forward. You know, don't look back again. All the way, hopefully through the papers first.
Just go for it. Margot, is it too much to catch up?
It's never too much to catch up. I want it more, so I'm going to work for it.
OK, good luck to the both of you, and I'll see you at the finish. Over to John Anderson.
Jane, you will go on my first whistle. Margot, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Jane Smith from Sheffield has a degree in physical education. Against her, Stirling's Margot McMillan, a qualified motor mechanic. Jane trampolines to the climbing net. Margot dispenses with the high and low hurdles. Fearsome enthusiasm from Margot's boyfriend Scott. Jane also an aerobics instructor, so she's got the stamina to go all the way. Rope climb, and if anything, that lead growing. Her auntie Peggy getting worked up. Jane smooth on the ladder. One day that window cleaner's going to ask for it back. Margot tackles the rope. Jane swings the Valley of Death. Her fastest eliminator timed at 1 minute 35. Margot's clocked at 1:43, so Jane must have the edge. But anything can happen between here and the paper burst, as we've seen so many times on Gladiators. Jane's boyfriend Andy. Margot swings the Valley of Death as Jane tops the giant net. You've got to have a head for heights around here. Margot, still with plenty of fire, climbing strongly. Jane on the zip line, knees up for the big landing. It's always a nail-biter right to the end. Margot to the gantry. Jane sprints up the first seesaw. Margot on finals for the splashdown. Jane, complete seesaw number 2. Just a travelator away from a place in the semi-finals. She's there! Sheffield's Jane Smith wins it! Swings to victory! Family celebrations all round. Margot gearing up the final frontier. Still full of pep in her step. Smoothly up the rolling roadway. Fabulous contender. Give it up for Margot McMillan.
Jane, don't get through to the semi-final. You've got to be so happy.
Absolutely. I was tiring towards the balance beams. You know, the travelator's a bit faster now, so I was a bit worried about that. Just kept pushing all the way and I got through.
Now, how happy are you with a time of 1 minute 24? I mean, that's awesome. Absolutely awesome.
Brilliant.
Can the crew from Sheffield come back another time?
Hopefully, definitely, yeah.
I'm sure they will. Let's give it up for Jane Smith. Well done.
Well, Margot, you fought so hard tonight, but at the end of the day, the eliminator is there to sort out the stronger from the slightly weaker. And on this occasion, it was you. I don't know how you were feeling throughout it. I know you were going at every station as fast as you could.
I made a few mistakes. The better person won. I was just hoping she was going to follow the travelator. Sad.
But you've had a good time on Gladiators?
Yeah, experience I'll never forget, so...
Oh, that's terrific. Well, listen, it's been great to have you on the show, and the very best of luck in the future to you and all your family and everyone who's come down from Scotland. Let's hear it for Margot!
Well, you don't get many motor mechanic mums on Gladiators, but if Margot's anything to go by, then we'd love to see more. Jane accepts the congratulations of her family and friends. Boyfriend Andy gets stuck in. Oh, but here's some serious celebrating at the hand of Margot's sister Helen. It's missed her and got the cameraman. Mind you, he won't mind. Well, what can you say? Champagne corks popping in the McMillan camp. Great bunch of supporters behind a great girl. Meanwhile, in the fastest eliminator contest, Jane's time of 1 minute 24.2 more than shatters the record set last week. In the men's contest, Micah's lead of 27 points will give him a 13.5 seconds advantage.
Well, Alex, I have to say that it really hasn't gone your way so far tonight.
It ain't over till the fat lady sings, like I said before. I've been doing some really powerful visualisation. I haven't died yet. I'm going to do it.
All right, well, you heard the man, Micah. And also, I've seen in Gladiators before much bigger head stars being caught up, so you know, too, you can't afford to relax.
No, I won't relax. I'm going to just go for it. 100%.
All right, well, the very best of luck to the two of you, and we'll see you both at the end. John Anderson.
The arena braces itself for the last action of the night. Micah's wife feeling the tension.
Micah, you will go on my first whistle. Alex, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Micah shares his name with the Old Testament prophets, but no one can really prophesize how this will end. Micah Hudson, manager of a health spa at Acox Green, on the first cargo net. Sister Faye cheering him on. Wife Ellen hopes she's not ill. Here comes Alex Reed, 13.5 seconds behind and 10 years younger. The kickboxer from Aldershot bounces to the net, and the gap is certainly closing. Micah starts his pedalling. Faye still giving it large, and Ellen still can't watch. Alex turns for the rope climb. Micah still pumping with the trapeze ahead of him. Swings the valley and onto the nets. The long, hard climb to the gantry. Knows he has to keep fighting and stay focused. Alex onto the bike, gets it rolling. His dad, Bob, willing him to win. Micah, with the summit in sight, can't afford to relax for a moment. He'll sprint for the zip line and Alex swings to the net. Oh, nifty dismounting from Alex. Micah on line to download. The merciless graveyard lies in wait. Alex still on that cargo climb. A very smart gentleman applauding his efforts. Micah seesaw. The end is in sight. Slams it down. Alex to the gantry. Hoping the travelator will take its toll. Micah now for the big finish. Alex is in for the splashdown. Micah up for a semi-final place. Has he got the power? Oh, yes, he's there. Micah Hudson into the semi-final. Superb all-round performance. Finally, Ellen can look. Johan celebrates with her. Alex powers up the travelator. Magnificent contender. Digs deep into the courage bank. Tops the hill from hell and finishes it off.
Micah Hudson, I don't know how exhausted you're feeling right now, but how do you fancy coming back and doing it all over again?
I'm looking forward to it. I'm feeling good.
This guy's hardly out of breath. You're through to the semi-finals. Let's hear it for Micah Hudson.
Alex, like everything we've seen of you this evening, you gave it your best shot.
Alexander the Great didn't conquer tonight, but I'm still happy.
How much have you enjoyed the whole Gladiator experience?
I just got one word to say. Top banana.
That's two. A message to your supporters?
Thank you, supporters. Been brilliant.
You certainly made a big impact on our programme. We've enjoyed having you. Thanks for being here. Let's give it up for Alex.
Great enthusiasm there for Alex from his intrepid supporters. But for Micah, it's a place in the semis and a big squashy kiss from Ellen. They all seem highly delighted with that prospect. Kiss for Faye. Great family scenes. Well, Alex gave his all. Sister Lauren is waiting to offer her commiserations. In the men's fastest eliminator, Micah's time of 1:30.7, way outside Dave Walters' existing record.
Well, that's the end of the courses. The semi-finals start next week.
Absolutely. So if you want some hot action, you better join us here on Gladiators.
Good night.
For safety reasons, do not attempt to recreate any of the events you have seen on Gladiators.